I'm Erin Summers, joined by Packers digital reporter Wes Hodkiewicz. We have been watching the Saints and the Packers go at it in two joint practices earlier this week. Tempers flared a little bit in day two, but this means there was some healthy competition. What were some of the things that stood out to you?
Yeah, for sure, Erin. That started with that. I mean, it was right off the bat on the defensive side with, Jarvis Landry and Eric Stokes getting into it, but it broke down quickly, and I think overall, you look at what both of these defenses did, New Orleans and Green Bay, you can tell this is the time of year where those groups tend to be a little bit more ahead. And it's good work for both sides. I mean, there's a really big contrast between what the Saints do with Dennis Allen and obviously what Joe Barry runs here in Green Bay with the Packers defense. And a lot of talent, and it was cool to actually see the amount of guys getting involved in these practices. I mean, for the most part, a lot of the main starters were out there, absent Jameis Winston. So being able to actually see a Jair Alexander go up against a Michael Thomas, it made for some really entertaining practices.
It was a lot of fun to watch some of those matchups, especially in the full team work. Defense kind of got the best of everybody in day one and day two. Things evened out a little bit. If you take a look at what Aaron Rodgers was able to do or not do against the Saints defense, how do you think he fared?
Well, it's a big transition for Green Bay right now because Devontae Adams, that trade, they have a lot of young receivers. We did learn one big thing, though, and that's that Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, the Packers 1-2 at running back, are going to be a big part of this team, not just with the running game, but with the passing game, too. And I think especially during the second practice on Wednesday, we saw them get more involved with the pass game and being able to set some stuff up. Green Bay had some really good stretches. I mean, but then you even look at the 2 minute, you're able to go 4 for 4 there, and they get stymied at the end of it. Jordan Love, the Packers' backup quarterback, the former first-round pick, they're trying to learn a lot more about him, too. He looked really good in their 2-minute drill, a 50-yard touchdown to Samori Toure, the 7th-round rookie. So just learning more about Love while also finding this offense's identity, I think was the big thing Green Bay was looking for, and it took some lumps, but I think ultimately, Matt LaFleur felt really good about the work that they got in.
When you look at the Saints, a new opponent for you guys, being able to get that good work with some of their first projected starters, their first teamers, who are some of the players that stood out to you?
Well, first and foremost, I mean, you look at Chris Olave. I mean, coming in, that was a player I think a lot of people had mocked to Green Bay originally because the Packers needed receiver. I was super impressed by him, and just seeing some of the things he did not look like a rookie out there, looked like an established veteran. Michael Thomas and Jair Alexander, that was the thing I was most excited about all week, seeing those two work against each other. Even a Jarvis Landry, some of the stuff across the middle. Green Bay feels really good about their cornerback unit, so that was a really good test for them. And then honestly, just going back to the bread and butter, an Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram had a really solid run up the middle.
For the Saints, they said that quarterback Jameis Winston will not play on Friday night. A lot of the projected starters probably won't play either. Maybe get first series run. What are we looking to expect from the Packers in terms of how they're going to handle reps?
Aaron Rodgers has said he's not really keen on playing in the preseason, but he did say, if we're going to play, I want to play. So this is the moment if they're going to do it. Could they use a couple series out there? Yes, but the Packers are also making a big transition on their offensive line right now. I wouldn't expect Elton Jenkins to be playing in this game. He just came back after an ACL tear. David Bakhtiari, they're all pro left tackle, still out, so I don't know if you want to put Rodgers out there quite yet. If they do, it could be really helpful, I think, but ultimately it really has been the Jordan Love show, trying to see how far along he is now in year 3. That's where I'm expecting this thing to be. Also, with the young receivers looking to take a step forward, Rodgers kind of called them out this week. Some of the mental errors looking to kind of shore that up.
All right, you've been here for quite some time covering the Packers. What can we expect from Lambeau Friday night during a preseason game?
It's about as fun as preseason atmospheres get because obviously we know how the game is. There's a reason why they went down to 4 to 3 exhibition games, but people really turn out for this thing. And Green Bay's going to London this year. They got that 9th home game. So this is the first time and the only time fans are going to be in the stadium. I think it's going to be a real electric atmosphere, especially for a Friday night. And certainly seeing a more uncommon type opponent like the New Orleans Saints. Packers kind of get into a routine with most of their preseason opposition. I think that's probably going to bring out the best in these fans.
Thank you so much for the time, for breaking things down for us.